Welcome to Crypto Bubble, the channel where we dive together into the exciting universe of cryptocurrencies. Hey crypto enthusiasts, it's Roger, your guide in the heart of the crypto bubble. Before we delve into the thrilling world of the latest news and analyses, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay tuned, and smash that little blue thumb if you're ready to explore the depths of the market with me. It's going to be an epic adventure, so get ready, sit back, and join me on this journey to the moon. We start with this crypto map, which is unfortunately back in the red. Bitcoin is falling back a little, so the whole market is following Bitcoin. So that's why we have counter performances all over the place. As you can see, Bitcoin is down 1%, so everything is bound to fall a little. Welcome to a world of exceptional opportunities. Click now on the link for our free ebook to discover projects that could multiply your success. Sign up to receive this exclusive ebook that could change your life. But wait, an even incredible opportunity awaits you on our free Telegram group. Join us now for crypto updates and privileged insights. Explore our exclusive partner offers with exceptional discounts. Don't wait, the opportunity is now. Crypto Bubble, the future is calling. Click now, reshape your future. The links in the description await you everywhere. Come on, let's look at all this in detail without further ado. Of course, I remind everyone that everything I'm about to say in this video is in no way financial advice. So, what's going on? Well, several things. We can see that, in just 2 days, our Bitcoin, unfortunately, still hasn't managed to break through its resistance. I told you, the 41,687 are useless. It really is. There's no point in saying that Bitcoin will pin up or anything as long as we don't break through this resistance. There's no point in hoping for anything. There won't be anything at all. That's it. That puts an end to all the conversations that are going on all over the place. This is the key level. It's 41,687 until we break. We've been seeing it for 1, 2, 3, 4 days now. We get rejected by that level. We can't do it. Now, the problem is that if we don't manage to break through this level, we'll be taken directly and instantly to the bottom of the range. But that's exactly what happened. As you can see, we haven't managed to break through the resistance at 41,687, despite the fact that yesterday, for example, we ended up here, at $41,850. But in the end, we never closed a candle above the key level I gave you. This line shows it perfectly. So far, no validated closes, no breakouts. And so, as I said, if we can't break, what happens? Back to the bottom of the range. So we have a bottom of the range here at $41,220. And so, this level, these levels, I'm sorry, are not to be braced, because I remind you, bottom of the range, support zone, as long as we're above it, everything's fine. I mean, everything's fine. We're in a range, so as long as we're in that range, there's nothing. It's not dangerous. It's just a lateral configuration. But in itself there's nothing dangerous about it. So we'll just have to wait and see which way we can turn this range. The bottom of the range is a support zone for the time being. So as long as we don't shine, we're okay. Let me remind you that if we don't break the bottom of the range, we could perhaps at the same time form a kind of first bottom of bottom where we relaunch and go for the top of the range. A little like what happened here. As you can see, we've been to the bottom, first bottom, second bottom. We are going back up to the top of the range. This is the case where we don't break the bottom of the range and we recover. In any case, that's what we'd like to see. What I'm seeing is that here, at momentum bear level, we're once again starting to see declining candles. Take a look at the day before yesterday. Well, we've got a candle here. Yesterday we had a slightly lower candle, and yesterday we had an even lower candle. So here we are on a decreasing MACD volume. So could we be getting a momentum bull in the next few days? Well, we'll see. In any case, we're still in the bull momentum, and the bulls still have their hands on the market for the time being, so it's a case to follow. As long as the bulls unfortunately have the upper hand, we're stuck. But in any case, with our Bitcoin, we know our pivot point to the millimeter. It's there and we're right on top of it. Now, we have to be wary because we are on ultra-tight Bollinger Bands, so we know that this is the harbinger of a major, volatile movement. So in much the same way as we've seen here, look at this here. We had formed a lateralization with tightened Bollinger Bands here. Do you see it? Tech, what happened? Break from the bottom, sell signal. We crash, Bollinger Bands tighten. We get a big candle and then, what do we see? We're also seeing a little lateralization like this. We've got very tight Bollinger Bands. So what does that mean? In concrete terms, this means that if we unfortunately break the bottom of the range I'm showing you here in 24 hours, well, unfortunately it's the same thing. Unfortunately, we could also have a violent red candle to push us back to lower levels. I remind you that the trend is our friend for the moment. In 24 hours we can see that we're in a downtrend, and every time we form a lateralization, it's pointed downwards. Look here, we had formed one from below. Here too, broken from below. And so here we are, forming a new one. Except this time, it's a little different. In other words, yes, we have this range here. In fact, I'm going to give you the 2 key levels, because that's what you'll need to watch out for today. Bottom of the range in sight for hours 41,678. So this is our support, not to be broken at 4 o'clock. Let me remind you of time scales. There are priorities and there are time scales that are smaller than others. The larger the scale, the more powerful the movement. The smaller the scale, the less powerful the movement. So now we're looking at 4 hours. So it's a move that could take place in the next 60 to 12 hours, at least on my website. Don't forget that all our training videos are freely available. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm going to give you the key levels in this range. But before that, let me remind you that right now on Binance, there's a launchpad, or rather a launchpad, but in this case it's exactly the same thing, where you can actually earn alt layer tokens. So, in fact, it's very simple for anyone with a Binance account. All you need to do is get some BNB and stack it. This means going to the actual launch pool page. We go in more. Here it says Launchpad and Launch Pool. Clicking on it takes you directly to the page for the latest launch pool, i.e., the alt layer. And now we see that there are 2 hours and 16 minutes left. Today's in 16 hours. And in fact every day, not even every day, but every hour. Well, the system will actually calculate the tokens you can earn based on the BNB you've stored. So I've stored 3 of them, and thanks to that, I'm making returns, and it means that on the day of the listing, we're already in it. We receive our tokens before the listing, and if we want to, we can resell our tokens or keep them and, why not, hope that the project explodes. But in any case, it's going to give us tokens. Well, gift, we'll say, even if it's not exactly a gift, because in fact, when you put on staking, there are still small costs. But that's okay. I mean, on the whole, if the token does once, twice, 3 times during the listing, which is largely possible, so we're still a winner. So I mean we're going to pay, I don't know, 30 euros or 4 tenths euros in fees for I don't know how many tens or 20s or hundreds of euros earned. So I mean, we're a big winner no matter what, so it doesn't cost anything. For those of you who don't have an account on Binance, don't hesitate to create your account using my referral link, which you'll find in the description of my videos. In fact, it gives you a $50 sign-up bonus based on your first deposit, plus a 10% lifetime bonus on your trading fees. And it allows you to participate in this launchpad, so don't hesitate to tap into it. It's free money, which means we'll have tens of euros more in our purse. Well, that's just one more reason to be able to trade. So why not? Why not go for it? It costs nothing. At least at the end. In any case, we get back our BNB that we had stored without loss. At least they'll be at market price. Inevitably, it's as if we had them in our wallet. We'd put them on, and it was $300. The market crashes. It drops to $200. Inevitably, we'll get them back at $200, just as if we had them in our wallet. So it doesn't change a thing in our basic use case. So don't hesitate to tap into it. It's happening on Binance. You'll find the link in the video description. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm going to give you the 2 key levels in the Bitcoin range. So the bottom of the 40,678 range is the place to be. On the other hand, the top of the range is here at 41,793. So this is our resistance to robbery. If we break this resistance, we can expect Bitcoin to make a powerful move towards 42,434, or even 43,090, or maybe even 43,822. If we break above, that's a possibility. On the other hand, if we break this range from below, we could go for 40,055, 39,490, or even 38,803 or 38,468, or even lower. We'll have to wait and see, so it's a case to follow. Whatever happens, on Bitcoin, we have Bollinger Bands, so beware. We have a volatile movement coming up. Let's be very careful about this, and we'll be keeping a close eye on it on my channel anyway. Alerts. Anyway, as you know, I'm putting out alerts about Bitcoin as well as cryptocurrencies to watch out for. Feel free to have a look at this channel. You'll find the link in the description of my videos. However, trading is not for beginners. If you don't know the basics of trading, you don't know what they are, how to deal with support, how to deal with resistance, how to deal with Bollinger Bands, how to deal with feature and all that. In short, if you don't have a trading method, scalping trading or anything else, it doesn't work. You can't trade if you don't have a trading method. You need at least the basics. So for the time being, there's no trading for beginners without the basics. Anyway, let's go top 10 crypto. Well, we'll look at the top 100 crypto, So we start with the link. So the link, which found a very nice rebound in 8 days here on the 15 and 277,000 support. So that's pretty cool, as long as we're above this support. In reality, everything's fine, is it? This support is coming loose. Of course, for that to happen, we'd need Bitcoin to fall. As you all know, if Bitcoin crashes, everything crashes with it. But as long as we're above support, we'll have hope of reaching the next resistance level at 16 and 167 thousandths, or even the top of the range, because the link has been in a wide range for almost 3 months now. And indeed, if we break range from the top, we could expect a rather interesting movement to follow. The atom Cosmo atom, which is currently sitting on the 9 and 906 thousandths support. Well, as long as we're above this support, we're fine. Really, if this support were to give way now, we'd beware, because we could expect a fairly significant downward movement to 9 and 88,709 millionths, or even the bottom of the range at 8 and 248 thousandths. Whatever happens, if we want to regain our strength, we have no choice but to break first. Here, the top of the range at 9 and 921 thousandths, then the trend line, the resistance line at 10 and 734 thousandths. And yes, if we do that, we'll be able to regain our strength, but we're not there yet. On the BNB side, it's pretty clean. Look, in 8 days, we've got a lovely session. So it's pretty nice here. As you can see, this session was broken here. The 317 and 3/10 had to be broken, and it was. Now we're in the pullback phase, which makes perfect sense. After a break of a key level, we always come back to test it to see if it holds or not, and if it does. On the other hand, it could be very interesting because the theoretical target of this movement would be to potentially reach 339 and 1500ths. Watch out for the big resistance we'll find here at 326 and 9/10. But in any case, the BNB so far is very nice to follow. Of course, as long as Bitcoin is still bullish, all is well. We've got the Solana which unfortunately sits at the bottom of the range. So watch out Solana, double or nothing. Place your bets. Nothing's going to go right now. We're at the bottom of the range, here on the 89 and 7/10 support level. Either we bounce off the support at the bottom of the range, climb back up, and go for the top of the range. Or, unfortunately, the bottom of the range is not holding. Tightened Bollinger Bands boom, violent bearish movement. So here we are, on the Solana, facing our destiny on the Solana. So let's be extremely wary of this cryptocurrency. You can see how we can go from left to tears. Here, we had a very nice double bottom in formation, but at no point was this double bottom able to be validated, so it's a shame. Unfortunately, this double bottom turned into a disaster scenario, because right now, we could be on the verge of a major drop to 84, or even 77, or even 73 and 612 thousandths if we break, of course. Careful, we're in day view, so we'll need a day fence below the key level I gave. As long as we don't have that for the time being, everything's fine. And Ethereum, unfortunately, who has finally validated the double top, Take a look at Ethereum. Unfortunately, that's the case. We couldn't save this double top for too long. So, as you can see here on Ethereum, we had a first top, second top bearish reversal chartist figure for 1, 2, 3 days. We managed to save and not break. As you can see here, we were at the bottom of the range at 2,471, and it held. Unfortunately yesterday, as you can see, it gave out. So, what's going on here? The probability of coming back to test the $2,387 level is greatly increased, finally forming what we call the pullback. Here, we had broken the top of the 2,387 range, so after a while we'll come back to test these famous 2,387s. It's pure logic. That's the way it is. It's the basis of trading. When we break a key level, we come back to test it, even though we'd all have liked it to have gone a bit to the moon. But it's never like that. We break this, we come back to test the key level. If it holds, so much the better. If it doesn't, we can leave again. Unfortunately, it was a false break and we crashed. So for the moment, we're not in that scenario at all. We're just in the scenario where we want to retest the 2,387 level, and we'll see if it holds or not. But in any case, for the moment, well, it's all a bit bearish. In any case, it's just like Bitcoin. So we'll have to wait and see. On the Bitcoin side, once again, everything follows the Bitcoin day, which is falling a little, and everything is falling with it. So watch out for that. And I wanted to show you a few cryptos, 2 or 3 small ones, so that in the long term, we have the LRC, the looping, which can be very interesting in the long term. Look, we're on a very, very nice rounding bottom here, rounding bottom. For the time being, it has not yet been validated. The break must be validated, confirmed, pullback, understood. The neckline, it stands here at 2,993 10,000ths. So we're a long way from that. But in any case, we can have this nice movement, because if we manage to turn this neckline, we could have a bullish push behind to go and look for quite high target zones. Why not 40/100ths or even higher? In summary, stay informed by subscribing to our channel for the latest updates on cryptocurrencies. Don't forget to show your support by liking this video. Key levels for Bitcoin, such as the resistance at $41,687, are crucial to monitor. Stay informed, stay cautious, and thank you for your ongoing support.